Hello world, it is Wednesday, July 20th, 2022, and looking out the window at Defiance. It's started out kind of blue skies, but I think it's supposed to be kind of a blustery, stormy day today, especially around noon or so. And it's humid. It was 72 and high humidity at 6:30 in the morning. So, and I think there's a heat index, so be careful if you go outside today. The devotion for today is entitled What We Don't Know by Martha Spong. And Martha bases the devotion upon the Gospel of John, chapter 6, verses 41 through 42. New Revised Standard Version, updated edition. Then they began to complain about Jesus because he said, I am the bread that came down from heaven. They were saying, Is not this Jesus, the son of Joseph, whose father and mother we know? How can he say, I have come down from heaven? And Martha writes, we don't know all the things we think we know about other people. I'm not saying it's the same for us as it was for Jesus. He was unrecognized and misunderstood by those around him, including some who ought to have been able to read the signs of who he was. But I'm saying that we can make a lot of assumptions about others based on limited knowledge, uncurious assumptions, unexamined prejudices, and lack of imagination. We categorize, label, sort, and filter. Then we base our expectations, communications, and interactions on the little we know. Is this not Sue? Surely she agrees with me on topic A. How could she not? Is this not Andy? Surely someone like him would never agree with me on cause B. Is this not Morgan? Surely they have seen what candidate C is promoting and would never vote for a person who did that. Is this not Jesus? Didn't he grow up on your block? Don't you remember what a smarty-pants introvert late bloomer he was? When did he stop building tables for a living? Does his family even know what he's up to these days? Why would I listen to him? Who does he think he is? We don't know what we don't know, but maybe we're asking the wrong questions in the wrong places. And Martha's prayer. Holy One, help us to know you better. Open our minds to wider possibilities, to deeper encounters, and to greater understanding. Amen. Well, for me, a couple of things this devotion brings up the thought of is we have to be careful about making assumptions about people based on what we think we know, because we don't know the whole story, the backstory, their personal story. We just know what others have told us of them. The other thing it made me think of is growing up in a small town. My mom grew up in a very small town. I think of a couple thousand people, called Harvey. It's near Marquette, Michigan. And she couldn't wait to get out of there because she said everybody knew your business. And I think in a small town that can be true. And it can be such that if you're in that kind of environment or community that people make assumptions about you as a kid that you can never outgrow, because they always think of you in terms of the kid that you were. So in a way, that's one of the reasons I'm kind of glad I moved around a bit when I was a kid, because I could actually reinvent myself. I wasn't constrained by what people thought they knew of me. And again, I said because of what people thought they knew of me, because they didn't really know me. They just knew of me from my neighborhood, my family, and my childhood, and that's not really the real me. So, and I think that's true of Jesus as well. Especially in his time and place, you were expected to stay within the class, and that's not quite the right term, but the class of into which you were born, and you were not to try to move out of that, and it was expected of you. And that's kind of where some of this comment of, well, isn't this Jesus, the son of Mary and Joseph? What's he doing claiming this? He's trying to move out of his cast, so to speak, and move upward. And that was unheard of. So what you know about people, or what you think you know about people, is really not who they are and what they are and how they are. So get to know them. Get to know Jesus. Hope you have a good day, and I'll talk to you again tomorrow.